Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's doing good. So much for the camera shot. I just wanted to do a little rant on the atheist supposed alleged position that they're afraid to even cons- even try to back up. I mean, they can't even try to defend. They can't even. In many cases, the atheists won't even say what their position is because they don't want to then have to defend their position, their positive belief, or what they believe. So let's begin with someone like P.Z. Meyers. P.Z. Meyers is somebody who rants on Christians, believers, and defames or just generally slanders Christians, makes fun of them, and he's really angry at Christians. And yet he found out that he can't debate his position or even our position with anyone. So he refuses to debate anyone because he knows he can't defend his position and he knows he can't win. But he continues to make fun of Christians, rage against Christians and defame Christians and malign whatever, even though he can't defend his position. And he refuses to have a discussion with anyone, not because he doesn't want to make us relevant, but just because he can't defend his position. So, because he could debate somebody with a higher status than what he has, because he doesn't have that much status. He's just a biologist who hates God, and he could debate somebody who has more status than him if he wanted to, but he knows he can't because he knows he's going to lose if he tries. Same thing with Richard Dawkins. He advises not to debate creationists, but instead he'll try to brainwash kids. He'll pick on kids and try to brainwash kids and students without defending his position with his peers, because he can't defend his position, because he knows he's going to lose. He knows he can't defend his own position, and he can't attack our position. And here, what's our position? Our position is of the bodily resurrection of Jesus Christ. We are standing here giving the evidence of the bodily resurrection of Jesus Christ, and they can't defend their position. They can't even debate our position, and they can't defend their own naturalist prediction or position, even when let me see, I lost my train of thought here. They can't defend their own naturalist position, even though even though they're atheists, which are not even supposed to have a naturalist position. They're not even supposed to have, if they're an atheist, they're not even supposed to have a position. So, they hem and haw about stating their position because they have to know that their position is ridiculous to begin with. because the atheist position is not a position. So their position that they take is not an atheist position, it's a naturalist position, which means that they're not atheists to begin with. But they can't defend their naturalistic position, and here we are defending the bodily resurrection of Jesus Christ, and they can't debate us. Now, the physicists, Carroll and the like, Neal De Grasse Tyson, Krauss, they can't defend their belief of the universe coming from nothing or making itself or eternally existing. They can't defend their position either. So they can't debate us on their position either. I would like to see them, I've already seen Krauss make himself look bad. But a universe from nothing. Then Stephen Hawking comes out and says, because of gravity, the universe can make itself, which is the dumbest thing any grade school student could ever say, which I don't even know how that was even allowed to be printed. But anyways, because you can't have gravity unless you first have matter. And you can't have gravity as the cause of matter when gravity is the result of matter. Just crazy nonsense. And these guys are supposed to be intelligent. These people are supposed to be intelligent. These physicists, they're supposed to be intelligent. Professing themselves to be wise, they make themselves foolish, to be foolish. But they can't defend their own position. They can't defend their position, and they can't debate our position, which is the bodily resurrection of Jesus Christ. So what does that make them? What kind of position does that put them in? They're just making the obvious more obvious. Is that what we're saying is true? That Jesus was raised from the dead, because they never did find his body. And they put guards at his tomb to protect his body, and they lost track of it. It just, they don't have a case. We have the case of the bodily resurrection of Jesus Christ, and they have no case. We have a case for the supernatural because everything is supernatural to begin with. They have no case of nature producing itself, nature making itself, directing itself, ordering itself. It's just total nonsense. You can't have that happening. You can only have life from a living organism, a living genome, and a living zygote, which contains all kinds of information that's required for a living cell. Because you can take a zygote, put information in the zygote, and it's not going to work unless it's compatible. If it's not compatible, if it doesn't have the corresponding information, language, and function, it's not going to work. So anyways, they can't defend their own position. They're afraid to debate our position. So what position does that put them in? Just in the class of the irrelevant, the group of the irrelevant noisemakers. That's all they are. P.Z. Meyers, Richard Dawkins, Krauss, Neal De Grasse Tyson, Carroll, if he wants to defend his natural cause. They're just noisemakers. That's all they are. Irrelevant. Totally irrelevant.